2018 is off to a great start, and now that we're bordering on February, it's time for another month-wide episode of new releases. Except for one last January game. But trust me, it's a big one, so we'll hit that first. Because it's Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. If you ever wanted to actually play out the action-packed fights usually reserved for JRPG cutscenes, this is your chance. NT has heroes and villains from all the numbered Final Fantasy games, even Type 0 and Tactics. You can bring a trio of characters into each battle, and even call on classic Final Fantasy summons for help. NT has been in Japanese arcades for a bit, but you can finally assemble your team on PS4 in the West on Tuesday, January 30th. I know which fun-loving blonde I'm choosing. And with that, we can make a clean break into February with Shadow of the Colossus. If you missed out on this giant-slaying adventure back on PS2, or the remaster on PS3 for that matter, then this is your chance to play the remaster. Remake is probably a better word though, since this one has been rebuilt from the ground up for PS4. But you'll still have to conquer all the massive colossi with your sword and bow like before, learning why the beasts were awoken in the first place. That's happening on Tuesday, February 6th. But if you want to see it in action before that, we've got to look at some early battles and the remake's new filter options on GameSpot. Maybe you don't want to fight big monsters. Maybe you want to fight a bunch of troops that are more your size. Enter Dynasty Warriors 9. The latest entry in the series still has the hack-and-slash combat you expect, but now it's paired with an explorable open world. You can traverse China at your own pace, coming across enemy garrisons and initiating those massive battles when you please, with day-night and dynamic weather cycles affecting your strategies. The battle begins on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on Tuesday the 13th. If you'd rather fight as a witch than Chinese historical figures, then the Bayonetta series is for you, and now 1 and 2 are coming to Nintendo Switch. If you missed out on them the first time, here's the elevator pitch. It's a beat-em-up with stylish action a lot like Devil May Cry, but with guns on your feet. Also, Bayonetta can turn her hair into monsters and execute her enemies. It's pretty rad. Bayonetta 3 is also headed to Switch in the future, but 1 and 2 kick things off on Friday the 16th. And finally, we have to talk about what is weirdly one of the most anticipated games of the year. Metal Gear Survive is the first game in the series since Hideo Kojima's departure from Konami, and it looks to be a very different experience from Snake's sneaking missions. It's an open-world survival game, where you'll have to scavenge for resources to build weapons and defenses. You can tackle the challenge solo or with friends on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on the 20th. And those are some of the hottest games we'll be playing all month long. As always, remember that release dates are based on retailer listings and are subject to change. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with your regular dose of new releases next Sunday.